All right, folks, we are back at it again. Let's go ahead and talk some fantasy football right out of the gate here. We're going to get it going right out of the gate. We'll just hop right in and let everyone get to their questions nice and quickly here. I've got some of my takes for the week. I'm happy to sprinkle in as we go along. But be happy to answer everybody's questions nice and easy here. Second live of the day. Second live of the day for y'all. But you know what? That's what we do here. We go hard. We go in the morning, we go in the evening, we go everywhere in between. If y'all got some stuff you want to talk about right at the gate here, please by all means let me know, and I'll manage the chat as best I can for all you guys. Troy Franklin. I'm going to go Troy Franklin here, man. Over Kayshon at Boutte. I'll take Franklin. All right. I've got Henry or James Cook. That one's probably going to be James Cook. Being a bit more consistent. Be a bit more consistent there. Let's see. Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Drake May. Probably going to go Josh Allen, Dak, and then Drake May in that order, if you're wondering for my exact ordering there. Trade Waddle for Pickens. It's probably a lateral move in my mind. I think they finish about in the same range. So personally, I'd probably lean the Waddle side just slightly, seeing that he's a true wide receiver one rather than having to compete with CeeDee Lamb. But, Lamb's, I think Pickens will still be plenty productive enough for you here. I got Devin asking, what app is this? This is the Sleeper app, man. Sleeper app. I think it's the best fantasy football app out there. They don't pay me to say it. Just what I think. If you're still playing on Yahoo or ESPN, please, dear God, get off that. All right, Marcel. What's up, Marcel? Thank you. Hector Torres. Who should start Dowdle this week or Rashad White? I'm going to be going Rashad White there, man. I'm going to be going Rashad White there. Let's see. I got some folks hopping in. Vincent, Nick, what's up, man? How are you guys? Guys, if you don't already know and you're following along over on TikTok, make sure that you drop a follow so that I can pin your comments, make things a bit easier. If you're over on the T-Witch or on the tube that's made for you, totally happy to interact with you guys there as well. Your chat experience is going to be a little bit better. Not going to lie. Going to be a little bit better. Nick saying sit one, Jamar Chase, Amika, Ladd, or Rashee Rice. I think here you're sitting Ladd McConkey out of this group, to be frank. Zachary, what's up, Zachary? He says Derrick Henry and Ingram for McCaffrey. Yeah, this is going to be the Christian McCaffrey side for me. I don't think Ingram is much of a needle mover to move from, a guy in Derrick Henry who's, RB26 right now, been grossly underperforming. With a terrible Ravens team for Christian McCaffrey, the best fit player in all of fantasy football right now. So it's probably the direction I would lean. I've got start QJ or McMillan. If QJ is Quinshon Judkins, we're going with Judkins, but I'm guessing you're asking about Quentin Johnston. That one I'm going to lean Teteroa McMillan instead. All right. Texas Hector, trade Jamar Daniels for CD and Ladd. I have May. Honestly, this is a pretty lateral move for me as well. I'm probably just holding Jamar Chase if I got him here. I don't know why I'm trying to get more out of CeeDee Lamb. I think they'll be about in the same range. Vincent, what's up, man? Are you doing this trade? I give away Nico Collins and I get Emeka Egbuka. No. I mean, honestly, with Mike Evans out now, I guess Emeka's probably got more runway ahead of him. I'll take the Emeka side, but I'm still a believer that the Texans are going to sort this out a little bit. I mean, not to the degree that I think they're just going to fix their offensive line overnight, but I would hope that Nico Collins sees a better second half of the season than the first. I've got Alex in here. What's up, Alex? Welcome in, man. Traded Vidal and Fergie for Rome. Already have Kittle. Yeah, I'm all good with that. Vidal is simply just Vidal is 100% a rental right now, right? Hampton's coming back in a week or two here, so nothing crazy. Isaac Johnson, one of the OGs, one of my consistent guys. Welcome in, my man. Good to see you. If you're not already a follower here on TikTok, please do me a favor. Drop a quick follow so I can pin your comments, just like Isaac here makes my life quite a bit easier. Caleb and Tyler Warren or T-Law Kincaid, 26 late first and 28 first. This is going to be one of those where I just prefer the players. I think, what you're getting out of Caleb Williams and Tyler Warren is just significantly more production than what you're getting out of T-Law and Kincaid in a vacuum. And yeah, getting 2 firsts on top of it, it's exciting. But like you said, a 26 late first, that 28 first, man, you're not even seeing that player hit the field for years and years. I think at that point, I'm just leaning with what I got. You're going to get way more out of Caleb and Tyler in the meantime. And if you know me well, I'm a huge Tyler Warren guy. I got Nicholas. What's up, man? He just is coming over from the tube that's made for you. He says, just got offered to give up Bucky and Dart for JSN and JJ McCarthy. My QBs are Dak, Kyler, T-Law, Dynasty, Superflex, 3 wide receivers. Honestly, man, if this is a Dynasty league, I'm doing it. Like, I won't even joke around too much. Getting Jackson Smith and Jigba in Dynasty is going to be one of the hardest things I think you can do from this point forward. I have him concretely at wide receiver 4 in Dynasty already. And, I loved him all offseason. You guys that follow me for a long time know I was beating my drum hard to the Jackson Smith and Jigba beat all offseason. And here you are seeing him perform like a true wide receiver 1, if not the wide receiver 1 in all of fantasy by the end of it. Plain and simple. I mean, I like Dart. I think, he was a guy I didn't love in the scouting process, but now proven he's got an aura. He's got that leader vibe that he can take over a locker room, deliver on a high stage. Great rushing upside as well. But even with all that being said, I'm taking the JSN side here. I'm not a JJ McCarthy guy, so I'd pretty confidently shop JJ McCarthy right after this, see if I can recoup some picks. Maybe not right away. Give him a second to come back. Hopefully he has a good game or two. Might be able to, move on from him and get some draft capital recouped, or potentially even roll him into a younger player, like a set of assets. I'd love to personally make a trade where I roll JJ McCarthy into Xavier Worthy plus. That's something I would like to do personally, but that's where I'm at with everything. All right, guys, you don't think it's too big of a hole, the quarterback in the future, first year of Dynasty? No, man. You got Dak, Kyler, T-Law. You're fine, man. I mean, if you were sitting here with Matt Stafford and Jared Goff, I'd be feeling a tiny bit differently, but you're fine. I mean, Dak's going to give you several more years. Kyler's going to give you several more years. T-Law's just getting started. I think people get too caught up in Dynasty and I need to have the team that's going to keep me for the next 10 years. No, man. Play it like redraft. Play it like redraft, but in a 3-year window. That's how I play Dynasty. That's how I win at Dynasty. That's how I'm always confidently in contention. I got Flow Shot in here, my man, saying, do I start Tez Johnson or Rondre Gadsden? I'm probably leaning Tez Johnson unless it's a tight end premium league. If it is a tight end premium, then fine. I'll give you the go-ahead on Gadsden here, but I think Tez Johnson will be fine. I mean, so many injuries on that Bucs team, Mikey says, yes, my bedtime show is on. Hell yeah, Mikey. I'm glad we got you on here. Looks like YouTube is back working again. I've got Raphael in here. Guys, if you are over on the TikTok chat, please go ahead and drop a follow so that I can pin your comments. If you don't do so, it makes it way harder for me to follow along with the chat. But if you're over on the Twitch and on the YouTube, you are probably going to be having a little bit better of a experience overall. Raphael says, what's JT's value? I need a receiver since Evans is out and a running back if I'm sending him away. Yeah, I mean, to be completely frank, if you're sending Jonathan Taylor away, you need an absolute haul. Now, I don't know if you're talking about redraft or Dynasty here. Obviously, I normally talk Dynasty. So in Dynasty, I'd need, an equivalent of at least 2 first-round picks, if not more, to move off Jonathan Taylor at this point. If it's redraft and you're trying to roll him into a receiver, I'd say, go through and get something like a Puka, you need a top tier receiver. Rigged Monkey says, damn, missed my Galaxy? A Galaxy? What? I don't even know what that means, Rigged Monkey. I appreciate it. I don't know what a Galaxy is. What is a Galaxy? I don't even know. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Anyone out here gifting, y'all are legends. I greatly appreciate you. We'll be tuning into all your streams now that I started Dynasty. Hell yeah, man. Glad I could help, Nicholas. Can you hit me with a roster breakdown? Yeah, of course, man. course. You know how to find me, bro. Sorry, am I not following what a galaxy is here, guys? Do I need to know what this is? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oops. I just pulled this thing up on the other screen. Am I doing this right? Guys, I don't even know. Somebody teach me how to use Twitch. Mikey, I need you. Oh, it's on TikTok. Nice. Nice. Wait. No way. Oh, it's on TikTok. Alex, man, thank you so much for the galaxy, bro. Yes, okay, sorry. I don't even know what this stuff means. You're the man. Yeah, of course, man. I'll hit you with a roster breakdown. Just are you in the Discord, brother? Are you in the Discord? If you're in the Discord, send me just your roster over a direct Discord message right now, Alex. If not, then have to find another way to do it. But I would suggest just sending it to me on the Discord. Like if you have me on there, just go ahead and send me a direct message and I can pull it up for you and we'll just break it down while I'm on here with you. Appreciate you, man. Very much appreciate you. Rigged Monkey 69 Discord. Yeah, Discord. Okay. Did you send it to me on direct message on Discord, brother? I will absolutely come and find you here. Just let me know when you've gone ahead and sent it, and I'll pull up my direct messages, and hopefully I can find you. In the meantime, I got Ducky in here over on the T-Witch saying 2 wide receiver slots and 1 flex. Should I start? Who should I start out of? Addison, Robinson, Dowdle, Romeo, Allen? I'm assuming that that's not Bijan Robinson, right? That's Wan'Dale Robinson. I'd be going Jordan Addison, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Keenan Allen here, if that's the Allen that's in question, pal. Trade Bucky for Henry. I have Saquon right now in need, and then my RB2 is Woody Marks, and I still need a better RB2. Man, Bucky still is out. Yeah, I mean, here's the problem. I don't love trading Bucky for Henry just like in a vacuum straight up, but I guess I'll do it since you need immediate production here. Yeah, let's get her done. You at least end up with Saquon and Henry, and I think that takes you into a better spot than you are today. Ben says, I just traded Smith and Dak and Brees for Bucky and Waddle. I have Patrick. I think I fleeced him. What do you think? Traded Smith and Dak for Brees and Bucky. Sorry, Smith and Dak and Brees for Bucky and Waddle. Yeah, I think that's a W right there. I think that's a W. I'll take it. You know, like you said, you already have Patrick Mahomes. You're probably totally fine there. BRXDN, thank you for coming through. First time chatter and appreciate the follow greatly. He says traded Baker and Achane for Lamar and Ladd and traded Ladd for Smitty. I don't like the Smitty trade as much, to be completely frank with you. I would have held Ladd there. But I do like the Baker and Achane for... I don't know if I love this trade, to be completely honest with you, man. I appreciate the follow. I appreciate you coming through. I probably would have done this a little bit differently. Link ain't working. Could you maybe send a Discord tag? The link should work, man. Are you pulling up Rigged Monkey? Are you pulling it up on the TikTok browser? Because that's the issue. It's the browser. It's not the website. So I would try pulling it open in Safari or Chrome, and then you should have absolutely no issues. Let me know once you've done that, and you should be in no problem there. What wide receiver can I get with Waddle? Kind of iffy about his situation. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I don't love the quarterback situation there either. Don't get me wrong. I am not a Tua guy at all. So that's not really my position. But if you're going to try to flip Waddle, I'd probably aim in the same range. Like, see if I could go get Tet or DK Metcalf. Probably a little bit more consistent play there. You know. All right, guys. Flow Shot is in here dropping gifts like crazy. Greatly appreciate you, my man. He says, you think Arondre Gadsden is a trap? Here's what I will say about Gadsden. I don't think he's a full-on trap. Like, you know, he had a good college prospect profile. It's just the draft capital in the NFL draft wasn't there for me to give you my full buy-in on him. However, in a high-powered Chargers offense like we're seeing this year that's not afraid to spread the ball, I do think that Gadsden will definitely be a relevant top 12 wide receiver, top 16 wide receiver of the future. The thing is like, I'm not sure if I'm willing to really pay a lot of prices for him unless it's a strong tight end premium league. Like for me personally, like I watched a trade go down in my dynasty league this week where somebody flipped him for an early second, an early fourth, and I probably would have taken the picks. But again, I just find myself, looking at a situation where I personally think that the picks allow me more liquidity. And I'm always trying to make more trades, especially like if it's between Gadsden or Dalton Schultz or something and just kind of rolling with what I got. I feel like I'm fine in that department. Ashley Bobby says, hi, Brashad Smith, yay or nay? Now, look, Brashad Smith in Dynasty, yeah, good stash. PPR upside definitely has a chance to, get some action here in Kansas City in a backfield that, I definitely don't think that Kareem Hunt or, I don't think that Kareem Hunt or Isaiah Pacheco are going to be really the guys that take you into the future here. So as a Dynasty stash, I love Brashad Smith. As an immediate redraft producer, probably just rolling the dice each and every week, All right, Rigged Monkey, thank you so much for sending on the Discord, man. Hey, also, for the future, just a heads up. Obviously appreciate you sending Galaxy over on TikTok. Hit my website next time and just use the Buy Me a Coffee link. They take way less of a percentage, so just a heads up on there. But no worries at all. Greatly appreciate you, man. Let me pull this up for you. Guys, I'm going to break down a roster real quick for you right now and just, help a brother out here. If you're looking for something similar, you know what to do. Head over to my website that's pinned on my profile and just buy me a coffee real quick. 20% of all the proceeds are going to go to the San Diego Food Bank so that we can package meals for families in need. So if you want to get your roster fixed up here and you're also looking to do a little bit of good in the community, I would greatly appreciate you. All right, I've got Riccello also in here saying for tight end, Kelsey or Otton this week. Probably going to lean Cade Otton with all the injuries going down in Tampa Bay right now. I think you're getting a bit more out of that. All right, Rigged Monkey, I see you, my man. Also, bro, hop in that chat real quick for me. Tell me, is this a dynasty or redraft? I'm guessing it's a redraft team, because it doesn't look like a Dynasty interface, and it's not on Sleeper, but give me that context real quick before I dive in. Yeah, redraft? All right, right on, man. All right, quick little roster breakdown. Let's see what I got going here. Daniel Jones, Rome Odunze, Cortland Sutton, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins, George Kittle, and Chris Olave. Then I got on the bench Jackson Dart, Krosky, Merritt, Manungai, Garrett Wilson, and Nakua. I mean, damn, when Nakua and Wilson come back, bro, you are absolutely stacked here. I got nothing to worry about in that department. Man, I feel like I'm going to be really boring right here. I don't know if you need to make a whole lot of moves. The issue that I'm seeing here on this team is the running backs. Like, I'm not a Krosky Merritt guy, and I am certainly not, looking at Derrick Henry and J.K. Dobbins and thinking that's the best running back room in the league. So, for me, I'd be taking J.K. Dobbins and packaging him with one of these wide receivers. Probably Cortland Sutton, to be completely frank with you. Just because you got Nakua and Wilson both coming back, I think you can survive that. In fact, if you think that Odunze will get you more pull in the market too, just based off the hot start he had and being a little bit younger, some people tend to trend towards those younger players. I would be taking, those two players, packaging them together, let's say Odunze and Dobbins, and I'd be going shopping right near the top, right? Like, go get me Davante Adams. And I know you're probably sitting there like, oh, well, I don't know if I could, I don't know if I could have two guys on the same team. I got no problem playing Puka and Davante each and every week. I think there's enough to go around for them. Saying you need a starting running back. Yeah, you do need another starting running back. I mean, like, I'm personally not selling Derrick Henry right here, right? Because you're selling him way below value. That's why I'm saying take Rome and J.K. Dobbins and let's go shopping for Davante Adams. Let's go shopping for JSN if you could get him, but I doubt anyone's willing to let him go at this point. Could you get CeeDee Lamb? Could you get Rashee Rice? I mean, those guys, probably a little bit out of your range, but more in the running back department, right? Like, I think let's take J.K. Dobbins and Rome Odunze, package them together, and start right at the top. Gibbs, McCaffrey, Taylor, Judkins, I do all of them, right? I do it for Robinson, of course, as everyone would. Hell, even at this point, if I could get a Cam Skattebo or a Javonte Williams in there, I think both of those are W's. Those are targets I'd be looking for. Is there anybody on your league that is struggling really hard in the quarterback department? Hell, like, let's take Jackson Dart and try to plug some holes here. Like, take Jackson Dart, Krosky Merritt, pair them together. Two guys I'm completely and utterly fine with, and moving on from them. go buy Devon Achane. I doubt you get that deal done, but maybe a Josh Jacobs coming off a bye week, a Kyron Williams even. Let's just stack that Rams offense on this team. Honestly, man, outside of that, yeah, James Cook is a fine option too. Like I was saying, anybody in that range. James Cook, Kyron, Josh Jacobs, anybody there. I think outside of that, man, I don't have a lot of other suggestions for you. I mean, I think you could buy Hampton, right? You could buy Hampton because he's coming off this injury and maybe waited out a week here, and as he gets activated from IR, and that would probably be a decent value buy as well. But to be completely frank with you, man, that's all I have for you because I don't want to mess up this team. Don't mean a shortcut change it or anything like that, but I'm not worried about George Kittle at all. He's going to come back and eat this week. You know, statistically, George Kittle, he's only had 3 times in his NFL career where he's failed to log a single catch. The week after that, all 3 times, his bare minimum was 22 points. So if that tells us anything, George Kittle's going to eat. George Kittle's going to get his. I think this is a great team. So appreciate the Galaxy, man. Appreciate you coming through. 3-4, by the way. Yeah, I mean, you should be doing better than that, in my opinion. But been sustaining injuries with Puka and Wilson, right? So can't give you all the blame in the world here. All right, guys, I'm going to hop back over into the chats here. If you're over following on TikTok, make sure that you drop a follow so that I can pin your comment just like this and make my chat a bit easier. Appreciate you, Rigged Monkey. Appreciate you, man. All right. I got folks over in the YouTube. Wait, can I just send you my roster and then you help me with what I need? Yeah, of course, man. I'm totally open to that. Honestly, the best way to do it is just go to my website, and if you're a Dynasty player, just get yourself a Dynasty Detox. That'll be a full roster breakdown from me, and I'll give you a 3-year plan on everything I would do in Dynasty. If it's just a standard redraft, then I would simply also just go to my website, just click the Buy Me a Coffee link, and give me your roster info, and I'll tell you exactly what moves I'd be making here. I got Braden Spencer saying Hampton and Tyler Warren for Judkins. That's going to be a no, man. I'd just wait it out at this point. If you have Kittle, you're running back needy since Hampton went down. You only have a couple more weeks to wait on the Amari and Hampton side. If anything, I'm buying value running back in the meantime, and you should have options out here. I mean, hell, guys like Ramondre Stevenson are playing far above their ADP. You know, you've got guys that you can buy, you know, like Tony Pollard, who's just a complete another Band-Aid, but he's giving you production, right? RB23 ain't nothing. Even a guy like J.K. Dobbins, you know, has kind of 2 down weeks in a row here. The buy window is fully open on J.K. Dobbins, so I would say go for that. BRX on T-Witch is saying thinking about starting Dynasty next year. Hell yeah, man. Couldn't suggest anything more. Definitely think Dynasty is the way to go. If you guys aren't already a Dynasty player, highly recommend you get into it. It's absolutely the best place to be out here and the most fun. Then I can keep going with you guys all off season long. I got Lynn in here. What's up, Lynn? Thanks for coming through. Recognize you from a previous stream saying, should I put Wan'Dale Robinson in this week? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd love to see the rest of the roster so that means you're not sitting any studs. But on a week like this, the Buy Mageddon week, where, you know, a lot of people are struggling to get people in their lineup, I think I got no issue doing that. I got no issue playing Wan'Dale. He's a wide receiver 2 flex play on a consistent basis now. I've got Michael Caldera saying JK or Judkins this week. It's going to be Judkins, man. I know he sees a favorable matchup last week against the Miami Dolphins, but, man, Quinshon Judkins, he is delivering on everything you asked of him, workload-wise, production-wise. He is a stud. All right, going to pin a couple more comments here with Nathan. Guys, if you're not already following over on the TikTok, make sure that you are dropping a follow so I can pin your comment here. Make my chat a bit more readable. Nathan says, I traded Ladd, BTJ, Dobbins, JMO. I got Sun God and Ramondre. Is that good? Yeah, I think you did a good job there. I'm fine with it. Donna says, what should I do about Bowers? Tucker Kraft is my backup. Honestly, if you already have Tucker Kraft, I would have been trading Bowers a long time ago. I mean, unfortunately, the market's probably dipped on him quite a bit here, so maybe you're not going to get full value. Maybe you want to wait a week till he comes back, but I would probably just look to ship him right away. Like, let's see if I can go get any production that's going to score me points in my roster. Like, can I flip Brock Bowers for DK Metcalf, Tedero McMillan, Devontae Adams, anybody in that range? I'd love it. Cortland Sutton, I'd do that. You know, even the running backs in a pretty productive range right now, like a Jaylen Warren plus Zach Charbonnet, fine. I'll take the production on my roster at this point. All right, I've got Cooper in here. What's up, Cooper? Welcome in. Good to see you as always. Thanks for the my friend. He says Vidal or Fannin. I'm going to go Vidal. I mean, if it's Fannin, if it's a really, strong tight end premium league, maybe you could convince me to Fannin, but I'm going to guess this is just a standard scoring format, and at that point, I would rather be holding the Vidal side. Anthony, what's up, Anthony? How are you, my man? Thank you so much for the pumpkins. Appreciate you. He says, I'm 6-1. JSN is my wide receiver one. You think trading Sutton and Pittman for Debo and Tet and Bucky is a good trade? You didn't have me until I see the Bucky piece. Yes, if you're going to trade Sutton and Pittman, I do need Tet and Bucky in here. Now, Debo, unfortunately, is a guy that I just think is going to continually slowly regress throughout the season. I don't expect him to be giving you the level of production you got out of him to start the season. So that's not exactly my favorite move, but I do like Tet a lot. Bucky will come back from injury and be productive for you. So I think overall I'm totally fine doing this deal. But, I think it's important to remember the production Sutton's giving you. Sutton's giving you a lot right now. All right, Lou Lee is saying Wandale or Tez or DJ Moore. Yeah, this one, man, I'm going to be going with Wandale Robinson out of this group. I'll take Wandale. I think he's just providing you with more consistent production. Guys, if you're one of the 101 over on TikTok, please do me a favor and drop a quick follow so that I can pin your comments and make my chat a bit more readable here. If you're over on the Twitch or on the tube that's made for you, you're going to get a far better chat experience and a better display in general. So if you guys are available over there on those apps, please come through and check me out. Would greatly appreciate it. Kobe Ferguson is saying Dowdle and Pickens for Nico and Bowers. I have Nico and Bowers. I'm 1-6. Man, I mean, this is just an undersell of the century. No, I'm not doing this deal. I don't think that helps you in the long run. I mean, 1-6, you need to win out at this point, man. I mean, the season's damn near over for you. If anything, I'm packaging Nico and Bowers together, and I need Jaylen Warren plus Devontae Adams. I mean, that's going to be the best you could do here, personally. That's about it. That is about it. All right. Let's see what else we got. I got Breezed on the tube that's made for you saying, should I start McConkey or Pacheco? Got to be Ladd. Got to be Ladd there. I am not trusting Pacheco as far as I can throw him, and my 140-pound frame is not even tossing him anywhere. I think he'd just crush me. Just crush me. All right. I've got Brody Short in here. What's up, Brody? Saying Jerry Jeudy, Mooney, or Ridley. Man, hate all these options. If anything, I'll probably lean with Calvin Ridley, but God, that is brutal. That is true bye-week decisions here, guys. Lukey Dookie, Saquon for Brian Thomas Jr. and Etienne. I'm probably holding Saquon here, brother. I'm holding Saquon here. Yeah, I'm going to hold Saquon. Appreciate you coming through and dropping your questions, though. Guys, if you're not already following along and you're over on TikTok, please do me a favor and drop a follow so that I can pin your comments and make my chat far more readable. Yusuf understood the assignment. Also, if you're looking for more access to me and you want to be in our members-only live stream on the Discord tomorrow where you can post your roster and I will break it down on the spot and give you my trade advice, this is your chance. It is entirely free to join. Make sure you head over to my website that is pinned on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com, just my username.com, and click the join free Discord button. If that's all way too much work for you and you're like, this guy expects me to follow 5 steps, just send me a direct message on this app that just says Discord. I'll send you an invite link. We can make it even simpler for you. Yusuf is saying Warren, Genty, and Shaheed received Saquon, Zay Flowers, and Kincaid. I'm 1-6. Yeah, I'll do this one. Give me Saquon. All right. Let's see. What else do I got here? I've got Nathan. What's up, Nathan? He is saying, I just dropped Tony Pollard for Brian Robinson because CMC might get hurt. What do you think? Yeah. No. No. Also, why would you be dropping Tony Pollard ever? Like, here's the thing, guys, and I say this often. So if you play fantasy football and you're in the chat, which I'm guessing you're in the chat because you play fantasy football, here's something for you, all right? If you were ever considering dropping a player that has any relevancy, Tony Pollard as like a top 25 running back does have relevancy. Yeah, he might not be the most exciting player in fantasy right now, but he's very relevant. Like, there is running back needy teams with plenty of buys coming up. You can get something for Tony Pollard. Never drop a player like that. Like, if anything, what I'm doing is I'm taking Tony Pollard, I'm pairing him with another guy on my roster. So let's just say, right? Like, let's use an example here so that I can do a little lesson here, right? I got George Pickens. Great. George Pickens. Playing wonderfully, top 10 wide receiver in dynasty or in fantasy football this season, largely because of the CD injury, but fine. Take George Pickens, take Tony Pollard, pair them together, go buy Devontae Adams. Go buy Drake London. Go buy a top tier, receiving threat. Like, this is the type of moves you need to make. Or hell, let's aim running back. Go buy Josh Jacobs, right? There's no reason to be dropping a guy like Tony Pollard just straight up. And I see this happen all the time, especially with tight ends. People are like, oh, should I drop Sam Laporta? He hasn't done anything for me in 3 weeks. No. If you're sick of a guy, package him and go trade him, because dropping him does nothing for you. But a tier up, a 2-for-1, clears that roster spot like you were planning on doing anyway, and you got an upgrade at a different position. That is a big, big issue that people make in fantasy football. I'm just saying, trying to help you guys out the best I can. Braden Spencer over on the tube that's made for you. What's up, my man? He says Bucky and Addison for Breece and Devontae. Yeah, this one I'm going to be taking the Devontae Adams side. I think it's just Adams is the sell point for me here. So that's really the reason I would do it. Okay. All right. I've got Jack in here dropping a follow. Appreciate you, Jack. Guys, if you're not already following, do me a favor. Take a lesson from Jack over here, and then I can pin your comment and answer your question. But he said, some kid in my league just traded Saquon for Debo, Mason, and Diggs. That's a major sell low on Saquon. I've got RJ in here saying Vidal or DJ Moore at the flex. I'm 1-6. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, but you're absolutely playing Vidal. Yeah, DJ Moore is a guy at this point that I have zero trust or faith in. And that's unfortunate. Definitely not the way you drafted him, but that is the way the season is panning out. And at this point, you got to pivot. I traded away DJ Moore just this week in one of my dynasty leagues. He is at best a throw-in piece right now. I mean, you've not even gotten double-digit performances out of him in weeks. So, all right, I've got Zachary on in here. What's up, Zachary? He's saying, should I start Vidal or Johnston? I'd honestly probably be starting Vidal. I'd be starting Vidal. I know I've been a serial Quentin Johnston hater, and I'm probably going to just stick on that train. Not that necessarily that I don't think he's made strides, and he looks like a far better player than he was last season. All that's true. I just think so much target competition in the Chargers offense right now, and between the emergence of Gadsden over there with Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, Amari Hampton's be coming back here. I can't be, thinking that's going to just continue forever, right? Vet saying, should I start Waddle, Worthy, or Tez Johnson as wide receiver? I have Keenan Allen and Collins as my two other wide receivers. I would be starting Waddle, Worthy, and Keenan Allen here. I guess you have Collins too. Yeah, if you can only play three, Nico Collins, Keenan Allen, and Jalen Waddle. Okay. Rigged Monkey says, appreciate the help, brother. Of course, man. Thank you so much for the galaxy. You're very, very, very kind out here, man. If I can ever help you with anything else, you know where to find me. So happy to have you in the Discord, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed in there. Use that Start Sit hotline, the Trade Center, everything we got going. We got a members-only chat going on tomorrow in the Discord with me. You can hop in a voice channel, break everything down with me, post your teams. I'll be helping you guys going on. If you guys are not already a member on that Discord, go ahead and hop over to my website that's pinned on my profile and click the Join Free Discord button. It's going to be your best place to have access to me all week long, not just in the live stream. And if you're not already following along across platforms, I will say your chat experience is going to be far better either over on the T-Witch, the purple app, or on the tube that's made for you, the red app. If you're over here on TikTok, I'm going to pin your comment if you're a follower, because I can't if you aren't, and make my chat a bit more readable. So Angel's in here saying, do I start Addison? Yeah, in a vacuum, yes. I can't see your other options. Maybe that's why you got to get in the Discord for the Start Sit hotline so I can see your team. But in a vacuum, sure. I like Jordan Addison. I got no issue with it. Nico's in here saying Achane and Wilson for A.J. Brown, Judkins, and Zay. Who wins? honestly, this side, I'm just taking the Achane side. I think Judkins is giving you a great level of production here, but at the same time, like, A.J. Brown's been kind of boom bust, and I was talking about earlier this week even that I think Devon Achane is pretty comfortably, like, the most consistent player in fantasy football right now, like, outside of Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor, right? Like, I mean, even on a team that is absolute garbo and, cannot put any sort of game plan together and is injured all over the board, not to mention Tua is throwing, 3 interceptions and 3 fumbles last week. Guy still puts up 15 points for you, and at any given week he can give you 35. So I love me some Devon Achane, and I'm a big Garrett Wilson guy. I see George Pickens trade for CeeDee Lamb. I mean, hell, if you can get CeeDee Lamb, you're taking that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I don't know who is out here trading you CeeDee Lamb for George Pickens, but that's a wide receiver 2 for a wide receiver 1 swap straight up right there. JSMO saying, I got Nico Collins and George Pickens with a lot of mid-depth. Judy, Shakir, Golden, what do I do? Honestly, man, what you do here is the depth pieces they don't get you anything. They're sitting on your bench. It's nice to have, I guess, for a rainy day, but it's not that rainy outside. It's just, I would just be using these guys to tier up at this point. Like, let's take Khalil Shakir, pair him with Matthew Golden, see if you can throw a running back in there like a Zach Charbonnet or a Jaylen Warren. Let's go get Devontae Adams. Let's try to tier up, get us some real players, guys that are going to start for me week in and week out. But that's the way I'm looking at it. Jackson's over here. Guys, if you're not already a follower here on TikTok, please go ahead and do me a favor. Drop me a follow so I can make my chat a lot more readable. If I can't pin your comment unless you follow, so please do me a favor and help a brother out. If you are over on the other platforms, over on Twitch or on the tube that's made for you, less of an issue. My chat is far more readable over there. But I got Jackson over here asking Genty and Puka for Saquon, Aaron Jones, and Rashee Rice. Honestly, it's not often I'm going to tell you to move off Puka Nacua, but I probably would be taking the Barkley and Rashee Rice side here. I think the reason why, and the only, differentiator here for me is just that I think the difference in scoring you're going to get from Barkley to Genty is going to be pretty sizable come the second half of the season. I do expect a little Saquon Barkley resurgence here. Aaron Jones doesn't move the needle for me too much here, but I think the difference between Rice and Puka the rest of the season is less of a difference than Saquon to Genty. That's really the reason I'm giving you the okay on doing this trade, all right? Rexo over on the T-Witch says start Jackson Dart or Justin Herbert. Probably going to lean and play Herbert here, but I think Jackson Dart's been playing well, and he gives you plenty of rushing upside, so you really can't go too wrong there, man. I've got Chase Wallace over on the tube that's made for you saying Leggett, Vidal, Pittman, Dobbins, DK, Zay Flowers start 2. Yeah, I'll go DK Metcalf here, and I'll go Michael Pittman here. That'd be the 2 I'd be taking, all right? I got Dylan Cohen over here. Guys, again, if you are one of the members over on TikTok, please drop a follow so that I can pin your comment and make my life quite a bit easier here. What price do I sell Jameson Williams for on a contending team? Yeah, honestly, man, I'm moving off Jameson Williams as best I can here. I'm assuming this is a dynasty question since you're saying on a contending roster. If it was redraft, you probably wouldn't have to distinguish that. At the best, you're getting a late first. I think at the worst, you're probably getting 2 seconds. I'd probably take my 2 seconds for JMO at this point and re-roll. If I could use JMO to tier up, take JMO, add a first, or add 2 seconds on your side as well. Maybe I could go get DK Metcalf or Jalen Waddle. Both of those, I think, provide you with a hell of a lot more opportunity than what you have right now. I've got Trev Mizzy over here, one of the OGs. I definitely recognize you, my friend. Appreciate you. Would you do an early first and Pearsall for Ibuka? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Give me that deal right on now, and I am comfortable with it. All right. I've got Caleb Williams or Jordan Love. I'll take Caleb Williams for the rushing upside. Wahab is saying, should I do Diggs and Rashad White for Kamara and Travis Hunter, 10-man half PPR? I'll take the Kamara side just barely, but it's a close one. I think my only reasoning on that is simply the playoff schedule, thinking if you make it deep down the line here. Like, guys, I was highlighting this the other day, but it is not too early to start thinking about playoffs, especially now that we're halfway through the season. If you are a roster that looks like you're contending here, I know I'm showing Chris Olave and not Alvin Kamara, but Saints are all the same. Take a look at the playoff schedule you're getting if you're picking up Alvin Kamara these days. You got Carolina in the first round, New York Jets in the second round, and the Tennessee Titans in the fantasy championship. If you're a running back, You literally could not be asking for a better schedule. So, to be completely frank, that is the reason why I'm saying if you have a chance to trade for Alvin Kamara right now on the low, I would do so in your contending roster. Kyle A-Train, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the heart me's and the ice cream cones. Appreciate you. Gifton, my friend. Gifton will get you a nice quick pin here. We've got Montgomery for Alvin Kamara. I would be doing the Kamara side here. Not only is he going to be way more consistent at this point because Kendre Miller goes down with the injury, ACL, done for the season. Kamara will get plenty of receiving upside for you, but like I just highlighted, the playoff schedule is fantastic. I got Boole in here saying, should I start Cade and Tez this week? I would. Especially during Buy Again, you probably have limited options. I'm totally good with it. I got Gibbs, Pitts for Cook, McBride, full point PPR. I'm 6-1 with Gadsden at tight end. That's incredible. Gibbs and Pitts for Cook and McBride. Yeah, I'll do this one. Honestly, my reasoning here, guys, is the same thing I always say. Standard deviation of points. Gibbs to Cook. Yeah, Gibbs is going to outscore him, but hopefully not by a landslide. I would imagine you get 75% of the production out of Cook, out of Cook that you would have from Gibbs. But then McBride compared to Pitts is night and day. Like, McBride's going to finish tight end 1. And so if you can get the number one position of, or the number one player at the position, give yourself a differentiator here, I'm all for it. Owen, thanks so much for the gifts, man. Gifts will get you pinned nice and quick here. He says, should I keep Hampton? I'm 6-1. Yeah, of course, man. If you're 6-1 and you've already weathered the storm, why would you be moving off him at this point? You've gone through the hard part. Ride it out, my friend. Ride it out. Reward yourself. Congrats on the 6-1, too. That's exactly, obviously, where you'd love to be in fantasy going into week 8. Proud of you guys. Hopefully, Owen, I recognize you. Hopefully, my start sits and my trades have been helping you all season long. Petey's in here saying, do I trade Nico for Bucky? I have Ladd, Amika, JSN, Marv. My running backs are Gibbs, Swift, and Brown. Yeah, I'll do this deal. I think Bucky's going to give you far better production here than what you're getting out of Nico Collins right now. I mean, Texans' offensive line cannot provide any sort of protection, and they're just having a hard time getting things going here. Brogan, what's up, Brogan? Welcome back, man. Recognize you often and appreciate the gifts. Gifting will get you pinned nice and quick here. He says, should I start Wandale, Coleman, or Dobbs? I have Amon-Ra bye. I'm going to go Wandale pretty comfortably here. The rest of them don't offer me any sort of excitement here. Guys, if you're looking for a full roster breakdown, me to generate like 5-6 trades for you and everything I would do for the rest of the season, nice little Galaxy will do that for you. Just like earlier in the stream, I didn't even know what one of those was till someone sent it over, but they're damn cool. So, hey, that'll get you real good right here. Gifting will get your comment pinned. If you're not already following on TikTok here, please do me a favor and drop a follow so that I can pin your comment and make my chat a bit more readable. If you are over on the T-Witch or on the tube that's made for you, happy to help you guys out over there as well. Your chat experience will be quite a bit better. Ya boy Dougie in here says Wandale, Warren, Bowers for Saquon, Dobbins, and Hawkinson. Wandale, Warren, Bowers for Saquon, Dobbins, and Hawkinson. Probably taking the Barkley side here and just running away with it. I think Dobbins will get you fine production, and you know what? Like, Bowers at this point is almost a lost cause between the injury and everything else going on with the Las Vegas Raiders. I just haven't even seen signs of life from him this season, really. We got Vivek in here saying, what I got offered Justin Jefferson and Chase Brown for Kelsey, Etienne, and Rico. Should I do it? Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it for sure. I'll take the Justin Jefferson, Chase Brown side here comfortably. I think like the other thing we got to highlight, guys, is when we talk about Chase Brown, not exactly like he's been the best running back, this side of the Mississippi either. But at the same time, when I talk about playoff schedule, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up for you guys. Brogan, my man, coming through with a Galaxy. Thank you so much, Brogan. I appreciate you, man. I'm curious, it's only $20. How are we doing a roster breakdown? Bro, absolutely, man. If you go ahead, are you on the Discord, Brogan? Send me a direct message on the Discord with your roster. Just screenshots of your full roster and then the scoring settings. Just like, okay, it's a start 10 PPR. And I will go ahead and pull it up on my screen right now, and we will break it down for you, man. Thank you so much, Brogan. Greatly appreciate you, my friend. Guys, quickly back to what I was saying just about the playoff schedule, though. If you can pick up Chase Brown or Alvin Kamara here, I love stashing them for the deep run. Baltimore, Miami, Arizona, all of the above there. Sounds good. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Brogan. Brogan, hop in the chat, man, and let me know when you sent the roster over on Discord for me, just like in a direct message, and I will pull it up for you. I'll just keep my eyes peeled over here, but do me a favor and give me the heads up since I'm juggling all the chats. Greatly appreciate you, my man. You are a legend. Thank you kindly. I've got Skylar in here saying, what 3 wide receivers do I start? Rice, Pickens, Flowers, Higgins, Addison. Out of this group, I think you're going Rice, I think you're going Pickens, and I think you are going with Jordan Addison over Devonta Smith just barely. All right, I've got Jacob over here on the T-Witch, first-time commenter. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, and thank you for the follow. He says, trade Diggs, Otton, Goff for Rico, Pearsall, Golden. I have Dak already and needed a new running back, too. I have Kenneth Walker, but he's not performing. What do I think? Do I trade Diggs, Otton, and Goff for Rico, Pearsall, and Golden? Unfortunately, man, these are just no guys I like. Like, I'm fine moving off Diggs, Otton, and Goff, but this just isn't really a package that gets me anyone excited. If it's me, man, let's take Diggs and Otton, pair them together, and let's see if I can go by either Jalen Warren, Chuba Hubbard on the low. Like, I would do that. I know it's not sexy. Maybe even Chase Brown. You know, these are some guys that are providing you with some running back production here. I know it's also not exactly like the most popular of options, but even a DeAndre Swift at this point or a Ramondre Stevenson could probably help hold you over. I think those are a couple options for you. I'd rather do that than what you're suggesting over here, to be completely frank. I got Rain2204 over on the tube that's made for you. Thank you kindly, man, for coming through on that red play button app. If you guys are over on TikTok, find me over there and drop a quick subscription. But we've got trade CD and Brian Thomas Jr. for JSN and Garrett Wilson in Dynasty. Love the Dynasty questions. Hopefully you can see it in the Dynasty Discord Trade Center. If you're not in there already, just visit my website, dynastypricecheck.com, and click the join free Discord button. Would love to see it in there, Rain. We can help you even more. But he says trade CD and Brian Thomas Jr. for JSN and Garrett Wilson. Personally, I think this is a sell low. I love JSN, and to be frank, I probably moved him to wide receiver 4 overall in Dynasty, but it's a little bit of a sell low on Brian Thomas Jr. All that being considered, though, yeah, actually, screw it. I'm going to do this deal. This is how high I am on JSN. Let's do it. I think, personally, if you counter back and make sure that they add a couple seconds on their side, I think they'll do it. So I would personally do that. But again, up to you. Everything's sent. Thank you, Brogan. All right, my man. Let's go ahead and dive in. Guys, if you want a roster breakdown for your team and you want to see what I would do exactly with your roster, you know what to do. Just like Logan, go ahead and just drop a little Galaxy. You know, I didn't even know what a Galaxy was before tonight, but these are rippers. So let's go ahead, dive right in. Logan, I see you over here. We got Dak Prescott, Rome Odunze, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, Rashad White, Hunter Henry, Krosky Merritt, and Keon Coleman, Bucky Irving, St. Brown. Clearly, obviously got some guys on bye. Trey Benson's going to come back here for you. Well, look, man, great team, obviously. I love the stack. Goff, St. Brown. You still got some solid wide receiver production here with Rome Odunze. Matthew, thank you so much for the Galaxy, Matthew. Matthew, if you are looking for a similar roster breakdown, go ahead and hop in my Discord and send me the roster just like Logan did here, and I'll get to you in just a moment. But yeah, man, obviously you got great performance from Dak here too. Here's a couple things I'll say for you though, all right? First off, in this format, I just don't think you need to be holding 2 top-tier quarterbacks. There's got to be, with all the quarterback injuries going on in this league, that you have the ability to sell Dak Prescott after this week. And, you know, I'm totally fine holding the Jared Goff stack with Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I think after this week, Dak is 100% on the chopping block. Outside of that, like, I wish you would have sold Bill already, because personally I'm just not a long-term believer, and I don't think you need him even now. So if there's still people in this league that are struggling at the running back position, which I'm sure there are, then Bill is absolutely a sell candidate here, along with a guy like Keon Coleman, who probably doesn't have a ton of value at this point, but, you know, still gives me an opportunity to make a move. Now, I understand you need to ride out the bye week here, right, and get through a week. So I understand. But going into next week, man, here's what I'm doing. I'm going out, and I am packaging Dak Prescott with Wan'Dale Robinson and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. A 3-piece trade, and let's tier all the way up. This is a shallow league. I don't need a lot of depth. Like, I would even take Wandale out of that and throw Roma Dunze in there if you need to, since you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, and see if I could go get a Devontae Adams or a Puka Nacua kicked back to me. Okay, like, first off, we got to be shopping at the premium tiers, even in the same range, right, of those premium wide receivers. We're just gonna walk the line. We're gonna send the offers for Chase. We're gonna send the offers for Devontae Adams. We're gonna send the offers for CeeDee Lamb, JSN, Rashee Rice. St. Brown you already got, so you're totally fine there. Justin Jefferson, if you can buy him on the low. Those are all players I'm immediately targeting here, especially a guy like Rashee Rice, who's obviously only shown you immediate production in 1 week here, and so still might be purchasable. I like what you got in Rachaad White. Obviously, you're rolling Jonathan Taylor, running back 1, running back 2 in football right now, just next to CMC. So outside of that, too, man, I would very much like to improve that tight end position. That is a position that is going to start for you every week, and Hunter Henry has died off significantly here. So again, if I could take some of my depth pieces here, like, I would potentially be looking at a situation where I think you have enough running back depth having your own handcuff with Rachaad White to even potentially shop a little bit here and aim to move off Trey Benson. So if you could do that, where if you could move off Trey Benson and go get yourself Tucker Kraft, someone that's going to start for you every single week, I think that's a huge W of a move. And so again, just to brainstorm a couple more for you real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. Guys I also really like in this flex spot, Chris Olave is seeing some really great volume right now and still isn't too expensive. Now, he does have a big week last week, but if you can take Keon Coleman and Trey Benson, go to a wide receiver or go to a running back needy team. See if you could get back an Olave plus a Zach Charbonnet. Just somebody that'll bandage for you, give you some running back depth, but also give you a little bit of touchdown upside in case you need to spot start him. Those are the type of moves I would do. But like I was saying, man, Dak is on the table. Odunze's on the table. Wandale's on the table. Like, I want a solid wide receiver 2 right behind Amon-Ra St. Brown here, like I was suggesting, with a Rashee Rice or a Devontae Adams. And outside of that, just an upgraded tight end. So Tucker Kraft would be a guy I'd be aiming to look and go buy. Outside of Tucker Kraft, obviously the obvious ones, Trey McBride, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, those are going to be hard to buy at this point. But those are guys that I would think have a lot of upside. To be completely frank, too, just as some sleeper stashes for you, might even be available on your waiver wire, or you could buy them for really, really cheap. Noah Fant, and also outside of that, Theo Johnson. 2 guys that are seeing a lot of usage right now, that have the draft capital, have the ability to perform for you. I think that's going to provide you with an immense amount of upside. All right, my man, thank you so much for the Galaxy, guys. Appreciate you kindly. Again, you got me on Discord now. Try to make some of these trade offers. If they don't go through, send me a message back. I appreciate your guys' donations. I'll help you keep ripping some trades here until we get something going successfully. Let's see. You do not have a... Okay. YouTube chat is back connected successfully. Great. Thank you. Julian, how are you, man? I got Worthy and Khalil Shakir. Should I trade for preferably a wide receiver or running back? Yeah. If you are, trying to move off Shakir here, I would just try to flip him for Jaylen Warren, somebody in that running back range that's going to give me solid production here. Matthew, my man, were you able to get into the Discord and send me your info? If you can, that would be great. Would love to help you out the best I can, bro. Let me know when you're in the Discord and you've sent me your roster, Matthew. Appreciate ya. Let me know when it's done, and I'll pull you up. Appreciate you so much for the Galaxy. If you guys are looking for a roster breakdown in its entirety and tons of suggestions, all you got to do, drop a little Galaxy or go over to my website that is pinned on my profile and click the Buy Me a Coffee link. Would be happy to do so. Yeah, you sent the roster. Matthew, are you under Nick? Is your name Nick? But you're Matthew on TikTok? Let me know, man. Let me know. Trying to even it all out here, make sense of this all. On the tube that's made for you, I got Beastmaster saying, should I trade Judkins for Warren and Sutton or Flowers? Should I trade Judkins for Sutton or Warren for Flowers? No. I would not be doing that deal at all. I think Judkins is more valuable than everybody that you said in that trade here. All right. Matthew, bro. It's under Bear the Roman. Bear the Roman. Okay? Let's see, my friend. What do we got going here? Bear the Roman. Did you just post it in here? Oh, I see it. What's up, man? All right, perfect, Matthew. Here we go. All right, we've got Justin Herbert, James Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Quentin Johnston, Tedero McMillan, Pat Freiermuth, Deebo Samuel, Kamani Vidal, and on the bench, got Devontae Adams, Matt Stafford, and Brock Bowers, who's on IR. All right, my man, here's what I'm doing with this team. First off, I wish we could have been selling Quentin Johnston earlier on in the season. Never really was my guy, but unfortunately, after a little bit of dip in production, you probably lost a little bit of value there. Doesn't mean I'm not still going to try to sell him, though. Deebo also is a guy I think who's been grossly overperforming, so he's a guy I'd be moving off of as well, personally. Now, Vidal, is only going to have usage here for another week, and unfortunately, I do think you need the rental right now. The first thing I would do is let's shop Brock Bowers immediately. I mean, you don't need him. You've been holding on this long, but he's not been giving you the production you were looking for. So I think I'm changing Brock Bowers out here, unfortunately, and I'm shopping right away. So along with that, you need a better wide receiver here, somebody you can flex for the long haul or someone you can plug into the wide receiver spot. If I can take Brock Bowers and pair him with Quentin Johnston and go see if I could tier up, I know you already have Devontae Adams here, but tier up. See if we can go get JSN, CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice. All three of those are options I would do in a package for Quentin Johnston and Brock Bowers. Let's see if we can make any of those deals happen. If not, let's switch over to the running back department because I have no problem flexing running backs. Let's go shopping. Same deal. Package them together. Let's go for Cam Skattebo, Javonte Williams, or Quinshon Judkins. Those should all be possible. Now, Deebo Samuel is a guy I like to move off of. So how am I doing that? I am trying to create some sort of tiered package. Let's see if I can go do Deebo Samuel, flip him over into a receiver that I still think has a lot of upside and is on the come up right now, like a Wan'Dale Robinson plus. So let's go take Deebo Samuel, see if you can go Wan'Dale Robinson plus Zach Charbonnet. You're getting a little bit more running back depth, someone you can stack and play during bye weeks or just for a little bit of touchdown upside in the flex, similar to a Kamani Vidal blanket. I'm happy doing that deal, and let's get her done. So Wan'Dale plus Charbonnet, that's great. Hell, even I'd do the same deal, flipping Deebo Samuel for Stephon Diggs plus Ramondre Stevenson. Give me a little bit more depth, a little bit more upside. I like all of those options for you. Outside of that, obviously, when we move Bowers, we're going to probably need a better tight end option. So at this point, what I am doing there is I am probably taking one of these guys that I was mentioning, like a Quentin Johnston, right? Since we haven't technically used him in a package yet, or maybe if you were able to get the other deal done with Johnston and Bowers together, then that's a different story. But if that doesn't go through, then I'm taking Quentin Johnston and I am trying to go get Tucker Kraft, just straight up. Like I was saying before, tight ends I really like. Tucker Kraft providing you with decent production. Zach Ertz providing you decent production. Some of the cheaper options, which I think you should be able to get nice and easy, and hell, might even be on your waiver wire. Go get me Noah Fant. Go get me Theo Johnson. Go get me Evan Ingram, who's been grossly underperforming and is getting more usage in this offense by the week. Another guy who's seeing a lot of snap share percentage and is being slept on, A.J. Barner. I think A.J. Barner is a great budget buy, and hell, you could probably flip Pat Freiermuth for A.J. Barner straight up. Now, Matthew, final thing here. If all of these options fail for you, my friend, then unfortunately what I am probably doing, even though I don't normally recommend doing it, is I'm tearing off of one of your two running backs, either Christian McCaffrey or James Cook, okay? And here's what I mean when I say tearing off. If we're moving off James Cook, let's tear down at the running back position, go get me Jaylen Warren, and go get me a wide receiver that is going to give me some solid upside like Chris Olave, like a Michael Pittman, like a Cortland Sutton. All of those guys are going to provide you with a hell of a lot more production, even a George Pickens type, okay? All those guys are options. Now, if I'm tearing off of Christian McCaffrey, which is your last resort, my friend, last resort, then what we are doing is I am demanding a top-tier wide receiver, someone like a Jackson Smith-Njigba, someone like a Rashee Rice, plus another starting running back. So if I could go get Rashee Rice plus Josh Jacobs, Rashee Rice plus Kyron Williams, Rashee Rice, plus Quinshon Judkins or Cam Skattebo, those are your other options. I hope that helped you out a ton, man. Greatly appreciate you coming through and dropping a Galaxy. Guys, if you are one of the folks out there and you want a full roster breakdown like this, and you want me to tell you exactly the moves I would do with your team, who I'd be trading for, everything, you know what to do. Just drop a little Galaxy here, and I'll be happy to get after it for you. Or you can head over to my website and go through the Buy Me a Coffee link. That would be greatly appreciated as well. I'm going to be pulling some questions here from Chase Wallace. He says, I've sent my team on the Discord for redraft. Great. I will absolutely take a look at it. We've got Nicholas saying, hey, man, don't remember if you remember the show or remember the trade I told you before, but I'm the guy who now wants Judkins and Dart for JSN and JJ McCarthy. Should I still take it? Yeah, I'll take the JSN side here, man. I'll take the Jackson, Smith, and Jigba side here. No problem. I've got folks over on TikTok. If you're not already a follower on TikTok, guys, please drop a follow so that I can pin your comments and make my chat a lot more readable. There is 140 plus of you, and it is damn hard to get to it while also juggling the tube made for you and the T-Witch, the purple app. Your chat experiences are going to be a tiny bit better over there, so I would suggest finding me on those apps if you are not already. I've got Isaiah asking, I traded Tucker Kraft for Genty. What are your thoughts? Honestly, man, that's totally fine. If you're a running back needy team, I think you just got an upgrade at a position that's probably harder value to purchase, so I got no issue with it. Although I do love Tucker Kraft. You've heard me already mention it multiple times on this stream. Joe Captain, thanks for the follow, my friend. Noah, thank you for the follow. Noah understood the assignment. He's getting pinned right now. Noah's saying trade Josh Allen for London. I have Daniel Jones. Yeah, I'll do this deal. Honestly, if you have Daniel Jones to ride the rest of the season here, I think you're getting a positional value here at Drake London. Probably somebody you couldn't buy at the beginning of the season for the same price was going earlier in your draft, so I'm good with it. Should you start Aaron Jones? No, you should not. Do not start Aaron Jones yet. He is probably not going to play this week. I know they opened his practice window, but I have not seen the go-ahead that he's going to play, and so that's honestly just – I would hold off. I would hold off for now until we get the complete and utter go-ahead. Tez Johnson or Jerry Jeudy? Give me Tez Johnson here. Even though I know it doesn't sound as sexy. Tyson, what's up, my man? What is Tyson up to? Tyson is saying Genty and Baker for Darnold, Henry, and Romeo Doubs. I have Hurts. I'm going to take the Henry and Darnold side here. I'll take the Henry and Darnold side. I mean, Romeo Doubs means nothing to me, really. It's just simply that I think Derrick Henry greatly outscores Ashton Genty rest of the season here. Nicholas is saying, would you rather have Bucky or Judkins long-term and for this season? Well, long-term, I'd probably rather have Judkins at this point. He's just a tiny bit younger. But just for this season, I'll still take Judkins, honestly. Zach Bice saying, what is your T-Witch? This is a great question. My T-Witch is the exact same as every other profile I'm on. So it is just Dynasty Price Check, the exact same username. You should be able to find me, no problem. I am live right over here if you see me, but would be happy to help you out more over there. Would love to have you. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you, my man. I've got Blind Kaka saying, would you trade Mason Taylor and a 4th-round pick for Tootin? No, I would not. In fact, I'd rather have Mason Taylor just straight up than Tootin. So, personally, I'd probably just be holding the Mason Taylor side. Now, if it's not a tight end premium league, then I could maybe understand exploring this deal. But even then, I'm just not a big Baishal Tootin guy. A lot of fumbling problems in college. And, this Jacksonville offense is stalled out quite a bit. I want to see more out of them before I'm just giving them my ultimate buy-in here. Trade Cook for Judkins plus Quentin Johnston. I like the Judkins piece. Johnson doesn't really move the needle for me. I'm still going to do it just because I think then I could flip Quentin Johnson for a guy I prefer. So as a process move, yeah, I'll do this trade. But it's mainly just in a vacuum. I prefer Judkins to James Cook as a runner. I think he's more talented. I think James Cook obviously is on a higher powered offense. So that's probably the upside you're getting on the James Cook side there, right? A bit more consistency. I mean, the major draw of James Cook is that he doesn't play for the Cleveland Browns, but, Oscar P. What's up, Oscar? Oscar, if you're not already in the Discord, my friend, please hop on in there. Would love to have more Dynasty guys in the Dynasty Trade Center so we can toss it around all day, every day. If you're looking for access, just send me a direct message right now that says Discord, and I'll send you an invite link as soon as the stream is over. It says first-round pick in 2026 for Josh Jacobs. Now, look, if you're not a contending roster, I will take the first-round pick. But if you are a contending roster, I think I need more. I'd need a first and second. Again, if you're more entering a rebuild here, I'd hope you could get a tiny bit more. In fact, I always like rolling these running backs into younger wide receivers, like a guy who I have on the side of my screen here. Like if I could take Josh Jacobs and go get Jordan Addison plus a second, Xavier Worthy plus a second from a contending team, I don't think that's hard to do. Like I think you should be able to get that deal done, and I quite frankly prefer it. So that's probably what I'd be saying. But if you go into the Discord, we can check out your roster. Maybe I can help you a bit more. I've got Ethan here saying Downs, Golden, Pierce, Pacheco at the flex. Probably got to go Josh Downs if anybody here. You know, it's not great. All not great. Arvin, what's up, man? He says big trade potential. GT, Ferg, Dak, BTJ, 4, Sun God, Hurts, Javonte, and Kraft. I'm probably going to be taking the Javonte Williams side here. But, man, you got Jonathan Taylor. Just kidding. You got to hold JT, man. He is like running back 1 overall right now. I think you got to just hold him. Bucky for Sam Laporta and Derrick Henry. I'll take the package here. I think you get more production out of Sam Laporta and Derrick Henry in a vacuum. Zach, what's up, man? Glad to have you over on the T-Witch. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for joining in. Far better chat experience. If you need anything from me, you just let me know, my friend, and I will be hopping right over to you. Eth Wong, one of the OGs, he's saying trade Scat for Cook. Cook has a tough playoff schedule. Nah, I'd rather just have Scattaboo in Dynasty here, man. Rather just have Scattaboo. All right, I got Angus over here dropping a follow. Guys, if you are one of the people over in the TikTok chat, please make sure you're following so I can pin your comments. Very difficult for me to follow everything across platforms here unless you do so. Angus is saying trade Judkins, DK for Pearsall and Chase Brown. I would be doing the CeeDee Lamb and Chase Brown side here. CeeDee Lamb and Chase Brown. I think that is great value. All right. Zach is saying got to start 2. Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, or Chase Brown. I'm probably going with Waddle and Chase Brown here, my friend. That would be the direction I'm leading. D, thank you for the heart me, and Landon, thank you as well. Appreciate you guys coming in here. If I see your chats pop up, I'll try to pin them as quick as I can here. I see Spiffy Smith dropping the follow. I'm going to pin you real fast here, my friend. And he is telling me start 1, Addison, T. Higgins, or Debo. I'm going to go Addison and T. Higgins. Not a big... whatever. Scat for Cook redraft. I'm probably just holding Scat also. World of Sure. What's up, man? It says, need advice. I just got offered JJ and Kelsey for Dart and Henry. Sorry. JJ and Kelsey for Dart and Henry or Scat. JJ and Kelsey. Give me, if this is JJ McCarthy or is this Justin Jefferson? If it's Justin Jefferson, I'm just holding Justin Jefferson. If it's J.J. McCarthy, then give me Dart and Scattaboo. Okay? All right. I've got Angus in here. You said that it lagged out. I'm happy to help you in a moment, my friend. I do have James Smith in Jigba. I love that. What's up, James? He's over on the T-Witch. He said, what would you do with K9 and Dynasty hold or sell? I'm personally holding or I'm buying. In fact, I actually just completed a Ken Walker trade the other day, last night. In fact, if you want to see what I did in this league, I can show you right here on the screen. I can review my trade history right here. And it was this one. Where is it? Where is my trade from the other day? Trade review, trade history, all sent, completed. How about completed? Right here? Well... interface doesn't want to work with me. Oh, it's because I'm in Bravo. That's why. Haha, right here. Hold on. Let's go to review, trade history, complete. There you go, right here. All right, if you see on the screen here, I ended up making a trade. It was Alvin Kamara and Ken Walker that I was receiving, moving for Derrick Henry and DJ Moore. So I'm still buying Kenneth Walker here. My reasoning behind that simply is just that I do think he leaves Seattle this next year. I don't think they're going to pay him just based off the usage they're giving Zach Charbonnet. If that's the case, then Ken Walker's going to go sign somewhere and his dynasty value is immediately going to spike. I mean, all I'm saying is that I think personally, your best opportunity is to, hold him until he signs a Kyren Williams, James Cook type deal, right? 3 years, $11 million a year, which I think is totally, totally possible for a guy of Ken Walker's skill set. And then you got a better chance to sell him next offseason if you don't want to roll with him or if the team needs it. Hell, what if he signs with the Texans? You got a workhorse back right there for you on a new deal. So I think I'm doing that. Alfaro Steven, thank you for hopping in the live, man. He's saying, nobody answers me on other lives. I got you, brother. Bruce Brown, field goal attempted, 4.5 over. Please, nobody answers me on other live. Nah, I'm going to go under here. I don't think he's hitting the over here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's hitting the over. 4.5 field goals, dude. I think he's going to kick 5 field goals in a game? That's too much. It's too much. Sorry, man. Hopefully that helped you out here. Let's see. We've Eth Wong's saying Ken Walker price check. Yeah, about what I was saying, man. Like, I'm still willing to give up multiple seconds for him, but I'm probably not giving up a first for him at this point. So I would say, like, 2 seconds and a third for Ken Walker is probably a fair price. I'm not buying him for a first because simply I think I could get him for less than that and then flip him for a first next offseason. So, guys, I'm fine trading for Ken Walker. If I'm going to run down receivers here like T. Higgins, I'm fine with that. I'm fine flipping Michael Pittman. I'm fine flipping Wan'Dale Robinson, obviously. I'm fine flipping a Stephon Diggs plus a second, Troy Franklin straight up, something like that. Some Quentin Johnston. I'd be good with all those things. Spencer G, what's up, man? Guys, if you are one of the folks over in the TikTok chat, please do me a favor. Drop a follow so that I can pin your comment like this. It makes my chat way more readable, a lot harder for me to get to if you do not. He's saying, is it worth to keep Saquon for next season? Yeah. I mean, if you're a dynasty player and you want to roll it back next year, I'm totally fine with that. Unfortunately, you probably missed your sell window, right? Like, your sell window was at the end of last season when Saquon Barkley was absolutely dominating everybody and taking all their lunch. So, all right, I've got Landon in here. I appreciate the gifts, Landon. He said, would you do Tez or Wan'Dale rest of the season? Wan'Dale Robinson, man. Wan'Dale Robinson by a mile here. I think Tez is only going to have some relevancy for the next couple weeks. D, I do see your comments in here, man. Please do me a favor. Don't spam the chat too much. It makes it really impossible for me to read. I will try to get to your question in just a moment. I'm going to hop over to the T-Witch first, over to Twitchy, and see what Zach's saying. He said, would you trade Devonta Smith in a second and a third for Adams? In Dynasty, I think this is an overpay. Now, I do think a second and a third for Devontae Adams, straight up, easy. Yeah, of course, I'll do that deal. However, I think Devonta Smith is the piece that's breaking it for me here. I do think it's too much. Now, if you drop the second and you go Devonta Smith in a third for Devontae Adams on a contending roster, that's something I'll do just because I think winning is all that matters, and Devontae Adams is going to get you a hell of a lot closer to winning. Kyle the Caveman, what's up, man? If you're not already a member of the Dynasty Trade Center on the Discord, would love to have you, my friend. Send me a direct message that says Discord right now, and I'll send you an invite link after the live if you're not. But he says, what are my thoughts on Ladd and Gibbs for 326 first and a 27 second? Or sorry, a 27 first. Yeah. This is tough, bro. Very tough. I mean, personally, I think on paper this is fair value, like I normally don't do big trades like this where I send away all my futures. Now, in a vacuum, right, you're saying it's 2 firsts for Gibbs, 2 firsts for Ladd. Makes sense. That's probably about fair. Are you on the buying or the selling side of this one? Let me know. Okay. I got D. What's up, D? D says, IDK what to do with my running back room. I got Monungai, Pacheco, Etienne, and Vidal. Trash, bro. This is terrible. I mean, I don't know what to do with you either. I think your only option, man, is let's look at that wide receiver room. Who can you split as assets? Like, are you holding the Devontae Adams, a Puka, a Drake London, a JSN, anybody? If that's the case, then, yeah, you got to just split them. Like, that's it. Like, you got to split the asset. Go get Jaylen Warren plus a Michael Pittman, and just try to ride it out. That is your only choice. Kyle's saying he's selling. What's the context of your team, Kyle? Like, are you a rebuilding roster? Are you stuck in the middle? Do you have no chance of winning here? Like, I think, yes. In a vacuum, I'd probably sell. If I'm a full rebuilding team, then yeah, give me all the firsts. Give me, a chance to re-roll here. However, I just think it's a tough position to be in, right? Because if you're anywhere near contending or you're somewhere in the middle, unless the rest of your roster is just absolutely loaded, probably a tough sell. Kyle, man, get in the Dynasty discussion channel on the Discord and post your roster and then just tag me. And after this live's over, I'll go in and see if I suggest doing this deal. Because I need the context, man. I need to be able to see everything that's going on your team. Happy to do so. If you're looking for a full roster review too, just head over to my website, check out a Dynasty Detox package, and I will break down your full roster, give you a 3-year plan, turn you into an absolute contender for the long haul. Joe Lynn says, I traded Nico for Odunze and Dobbs. What do you think? Yeah, it's fine. I think Odunze might have the chance to outscore Nico rest of the season, so probably about your best bet there. Not too bad. Please be kind. I like your username. Of course, everybody please be kind. What's up, bro? Tet or Pacheco? I'm going to go Tet by a mile. It's not even close. It's a million miles, Tet. Angus says, yo, would you rather have Judkins plus DK or Worthy plus CD in my flex? Worthy plus CD. Cookie, what's up, man? It says, complete rebuild. Would you trade away Pittman, Devonta Smith, and a 26-second for Neighbors? Yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Cookie, this might be the cheapest I've ever seen anyone buy Malik Neighbors. 0 first-round picks involved, 2 wide receivers that are over the age of 27. This is a smash. Cookie, if you are in the chat, I'm not even going to move off this question right away because of how serious I am about getting this deal done for you. You are taking the Neighbors side, and you are sprinting to the bank, my friend. Sprinting to the bank. Please get this deal done and make my day. Zach saying McBride's on bye. Would you stream Ertz without Daniels? Yeah, I'd stream. It'd either be Ertz or Noah Fant. But I think your safer pick is to go Ertz. However, I really like Noah Fant's matchup against the New York Jets, and I was calling him out last week. And, he put out 18.5 points when I said he was a must start. So I think you can't go too wrong there. Cookie saying they're asking for a first, and I countered with a second. Yeah, counter with a second. Hell, if you got to add a third in there, if you got to add a fourth in there. Here's what I always say, Cookie. If you can't get the deal done, just keep adding your later round picks. Add another third. Add another third. Add another second. I don't give a fuck. As long as you're avoiding a first in this deal, you are coming out with a huge W, man. All right. I've got Jekt saying Devonta Smith or Kittle. It's going to be Kittle, man. Big weekend for George Kittle upcoming. I know he gave you a goose egg last week, but it's your chance to capitalize. 69 missed. Thank you so much for being a first-time chatter and finding me on the T-Witch. If you're not already following, hopefully I can earn your follow by helping you out here. He says, hey, looking for advice in my 10-man redraft PPR. I'm 6-1 and first in my league. Congrats. That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about, getting the W's out here. Trade Jonathan Taylor and Brian Thomas Jr. for Saquon, A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, and Tyler Warren. This is a no. This is a no. And I'm just going to give you my reasoning here, man. You're 6-1. You have Jonathan Taylor, who's looking like he has the probability to end running back 1 on the season here. I don't see a reason to switch it up. And sure, you're getting Barkley, A.J. Brown, Nico. I love Tyler Warren. Don't get me wrong, but Nico, BTJ, they're probably about in the same range as far as production goes right now. So really, on the end of it, you're getting A.J. Brown, Tyler Warren. Not like they're nothing pieces. I think they help you, but redraft is so shallow in a 10-man league. You have Jonathan Taylor. That's the best player in this trade. I want the best player in this trade. That's what it boils down to. You got Puka Nacua and Justin Jefferson as well. I mean, man, I'm just not even phased here. I'm holding what you got. I like the roster you've built for yourself. I love it, man. Congrats on the 6-1. That's awesome. Colton's over here on TikTok. Guys, if you are following along here on TikTok, please drop a follow so I can pin your comment and make my chat far more readable. With the 100+ of you, it becomes very difficult. So it'd be greatly appreciated. He says, Puka's bye week. I have no depth at wide receiver. Should I tank this week or rush a trade for a decent wide receiver? You're 6-1. Look, if you're 6-1 and the roster's doing well, I'm not telling you to force anything, Colton. It's okay to drop a game here and there. Obviously I'd want to win all my games, but if you got to, you got to. I'm definitely not making a crazy trade that's going to blow up my roster here, especially when I'm already winning a lot. Now, if you can do a simple deal like someone on your bench that's not already playing for you, and you can flip a Quentin Johnston, and try to get, a Stephon Diggs plus a Troy Franklin, and just give yourself a couple options to flex play this week. That's one thing you could do, but I don't really think much. Of course, 69 missed. Jalapeno is over on the T-Witch saying trade away Quentin Johnson and a 4th-round pick for Jared Verse. That's a yes. That's a yes. I'm assuming you're playing in an IDP league, and I would rather have Verse here. All right, guys. I am hopping over between chats. Again, if you are over on the TikTok, please do me a favor and drop a follow so that I can pin your comment here. If you're looking for a full roster breakdown where I go through every single part of your team, suggest all the trades I would give you, go ahead and just drop a little galaxy like Matthew did earlier, and I'd be happy to dive on in with you guys. If you want to get your roster broken down by me tomorrow, the Discord is entirely free to join, and I am doing a members-only chat before Thursday Night Football tomorrow where you can hop on the voice channel and talk directly with me, and I'll help you break down your team. I've got a first-time chatter over here on Twitch. Mr. Lukaboo, what's up, my man? Thank you for following along here. He says Dak, Swift, Nico for May, Achane, and Myers. This one, for me, man, I'm going to be taking the Achane side pretty comfortably here. I love what I'm seeing out of Devon Achane. I don't care how bad that Miami offense is. He's giving you consistent production, ton of upside. Not to mention, Drake May is looking very solid with a ton of rushing upside as well. Although Dak's been playing great, I think it's pretty comfortably the Achane side for me on this one. Thank you, brother, for coming through. I got another first-time chatter, Catalo Gabe. What's up, Gabe? Thank you so much. Hopefully I can help you out and earn your follow over here. He says, do you think Kittle will be any good against the Texans defense? I do. And it's just historical. Obviously, of course, it's always hard to predict these things, but a fun fact and nugget for you. There's been 3 times in George Kittle's career that he has put up a zero catches, and all 3 times afterwards, his lowest score has been 22 points. So, bad defense, good defense, you got a chance, for sure. And honestly, man, when you're talking about the Texans defense, I mean, look at what just happened with the Seattle Seahawks here. You had Elijah Arroyo eating all over him in the first quarter. So if you think Arroyo can do it as a rookie, there's absolutely no question in my mind that George Kittle can get her done. Hopefully I was able to help you out there, Gabe, and earn your follow. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for coming through and finding me here. The Ace TV, first-time chatter. Thanks for coming through, man. Hopefully you can earn your follow as well. He said Caleb or Dart this week and the rest of the season. First off, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Jackson Dart, but I'm going to take Caleb Williams here. I think the Ben Johnson offense is starting to find its rhythm here. He's got a lot of rushing upside for you, so I'll take Caleb this week and for the rest of the season, just because I think Jackson Dart's looked encouraging, but I'm not beyond thinking that he's going to have a couple of yippee games here. Chucky23 says, would you give a late second for Hubbard and a 4th? Yeah, of course. You're 6-1, need running back help. This is a steal, man. Absolute steal. You can get Chuba Hubbard for a 2nd-round pick. I mean, that's a steal. I don't know if people are forgetting all the way more important statistics and what matters most in Dynasty is players' contract insulation. Chuba Hubbard signed a 3-year extension just this offseason. And so you are going to get plenty of production out of Chuba Hubbard in the next couple of years. Just because Rico looks fine for a moment here. Dude, Rico Dowdle, he's on a 1-year deal. Like, this is Chuba's backfield for the future here. And even if they draft somebody or Trevor Etienne starts to get a little bit more usage, it's not like he's taking him over. Like, this is a steal. Chucky, I would love that deal for you, man. Sorry, I know I'm yapping, but I am absolutely thrilled on that. Chucky, if you're not already a member, too, of the Discord, man, please hop over to my website, dynastypricecheck.com, just my username.com. Click the Join Free Discord button, man. We got a Dynasty Trade Center in there, and I would love to see more of your Dynasty action in there. Happy to help whenever I can. Lincoln, thank you for the follow, man. Thanks for coming through on T-Witch. He says, yo, first-time chatter, Bo Nix versus Dallas or Josh Allen versus the Panthers this week. Honestly, man, I think you got to lean Josh Allen, although I won't lie to you. You know, the Dallas matchup is absolutely exciting for Bo Nix. I think the Dallas defense is 32nd overall, and there's a good reason for it. So you definitely can't go wrong either way. I guess you're not playing in a Superflex league. I think I can never tell you not to start Josh Allen, right? Anyone that has a chance to just drop 45-point weeks on the drop of a hat like Josh Allen does, I just won't be the guy to tell you not to play him. Oni, thank you for coming through, Oni. Hopefully I can earn your follow as well. Appreciate you being a first-time chatter. Do I start Hunter Henry or Gadsden? Honestly, I'm going Gadsden here. I think Hunter Henry's kind of had a little bit of a fall off here and is not giving you the level of production you were seeing in the beginning. I think Gadsden's kind of on the incline. I always like to play the hot hand here, so I'd rather go in that direction. FN Caden, what's up, Caden? He says, would you do Wilson and Chuba for Cooks if my other wide receivers are CD and Rashee Rice? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would do this for James Cook if you need to here. Ace TV says, do you think Judkins is legit fringe RB1 rest of the season? Yes, I do. Nope, I do. I think he's a fringe RB1. I think, honestly, he's an RB2 with RB1 upside on any given week. That's the way I'm looking at it. Gabe is saying, do you think JCM will do anything against the Chiefs? Really don't have another running back? No. I'm not really a big JCM believer. I never was. I was kind of a hater. Took a lot of flack for it on a lot of the apps when I was making videos, but I just don't think he provides you with the consistency you're looking for. And, if I want anything in fantasy, it's a guy that I can plug in my roster and not think twice about. You know what I mean? Do you think Swift will be a solid RB2? Yeah, I do. I think Swift has shown you enough at this point that he can give you, solid RB2 flex numbers on any given week. So don't take Swift and McLaurin for Judkins. No, you're not taking Swift and McLaurin for Judkins. I'd just hold Quinshon if you're lucky enough to have him here. Guys, if you're one of the 100 plus on TikTok, please do me a favor and drop a follow so that I can pin your comment, make my chat a bit more readable here. If you're looking for a roster breakdown, your way to do that is by simply dropping a Galaxy like Matthew did earlier, and I'll break you down on the spot. If you want to join the free Discord so that I can help you with your rosters tomorrow before Thursday Night Football in the members-only live chat, private stream through the Discord, make sure you hop over to my website that's pinned on my profile and join up on the Discord, or send me a direct message right now that says Discord, and I will send you a link to follow up. Braden says Genty or Henry. I think I'm going to lean Derrick Henry there rest of the season. Matthew, Mason, got some folks dropping follows over here. Appreciate you guys. Mason is asking Bijan for Kittle, Saquon, and Swift. I'll take the package here. Not often I'm telling you to move off Robinson, but I will take it for Barkley, Swift, and Kittle. Start Kincaid or Gadsden. I'll go with Kincaid there. What should I do with Kyron Williams here? Nothing. I mean, he's a fine RB2. I got no problem riding with him. It's not a big deal. I got Ethan in here, one of the OGs and a longtime follower. Makes it easy for me to pin your comment. If you're not already following, drop a follow so that I can pin your comment and make my chat a bit more readable here, friends. He says Pickens or QJ. Best. Caden over on the T-Witch is saying flex pick 2, Warren, Wandale, Rico. This is gonna be Warren and Wandale. Ace is saying, you think selling high on McBride is a good call? No. Personally, I think if you're lucky enough to have Trey McBride, you're just riding him each and every week, man. I mean, he's going to probably finish tight end 1 overall. So unless you have a ton of tight end depth and you can plug a Tucker Kraft in right behind him, then I'm probably just rolling. Oni says, I traded Etienne for McMillan. Yep, love that deal. I've got Cameron over on the tube that's made for you, the Red app. Thanks for coming through, man. Javonte in a second for Breece Hall in a fourth. I'm going to take... Here's the thing. If I'm a contending roster right now, I want the Javonte Williams in a second, and I'm willing to just take the risk and hope he gets signed next season, which I do think he will, whether it's with the Cowboys or not. I think he's shown enough to earn himself one of those Kyron Williams, 3-year, $11 million type deals. But if you are somewhere stuck in the middle or not an immediate contender, I will take the Breece Hall side just because I do see Breece Hall going to, another team after this offseason and getting a serious value spike when he signs his deal. And then in Dynasty, I think you'll just have a chance to flip him for a profit if that's what you're looking for. Or outside of that, I think, you got a bona fide starting running back with more talent, for the long haul. So that's the way I'm looking at it. MBZ saying, low at running back depth, would you give Devontae Adams for Scatterboo? I need a little bit more. I think Scatterboo and Diggs would be great. Like something, a little bit of a kickback. That's something that I'd need there. Just a little bit. Yeah, Cameron, of course, man. Glad I could help you. Hopefully earned a little subscription over there on the YouTube. If you're not already following me here, I've got my Trade Titans episode 2 coming out this week where we break down all your dynasty trades that are pulled from the Discord with a special guest, another fantasy influencer like myself. Very much excited to be doing that and sharing it with you guys very soon. So if you're not already subscribed over on the tube that's made for you, that big old red app, everybody over in the TikTok chat, please do me a favor. Hop on over there, drop a subscribe. You can watch all the long form content I got coming your way. The trade shows are the best resource you can have. That'll be awesome. All right, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What am I, outcast out here? All right. Got some folks. Let's see, let's see. Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second. KKKK. Let's see. Sorry, guys. First time chatter over here. I got Office Lace saying JSN, Genty, or Jamar Chase Puka rest of the season. Jamar Chase and Puka. I mean, I love JSN. I love JSN, but Puka and Jamar Chase, that's amazing. Carter, thank you for finding me over on the tube here, man. He says, traded JCM, Pickens, and Gainwell for HN 7-0, not a dynasty. Thoughts? Love it. Love it. Dynasty or not, this is a fantastic trade. You got Devon Achane, one of my favorite players, one of the most consistent players in all of fantasy, and you're 7-0. Incredible. Congrats. Love to see it, Carter. Thanks so much for coming through, man. And hopefully that good luck keeps on rolling for you. Actually, Amnaron, bye. Do I start T. Higgins or Shakir? What do you think at the flex? I'll go T. Higgins and Smitty. I mean, gives you a little bit more upside. Of course, Carter. Thanks, man. Hopefully you're subscribed. Hopefully you're here around for the trade show, man. Appreciate all the support. Y'all are being great out here. If you're one of the 100 plus over on TikTok, guys, please do me a favor. Drop a follow so I can pin your comment just like Ollie here. Hawkinson or Ingram. I'm going to lean Evan Ingram. Great matchup for the Broncos this week. I've got Arjun. What's up, Arjun? Arjun's saying I traded Marvin Harrison and Charbonnet for Breece Hall, Boutte, or in Keyshawn Boutte. This is fine. This is fine. I don't think I love it. I think I probably would have rather held the Zach Charbonnet side here personally, but, you know, it's not a bad trade. Just not my favorite, Arj. All right, I've got one of the longtime followers here saying I traded Justin Jefferson for Josh Downs and JCM. I hate that. I am so sorry, man. I hate that. I mean, if you got Justin Jefferson, that's a W. If you traded away Justin Jefferson for that package, I don't know what the hell you were smoking when you did that. That is a abysmal trade. I don't mean to roast you, but I always got to keep it real. I keep it a buck with everybody that comes on here. That is not a good trade. That is not a good trade. BR is saying started doing Dynasty next year. Hell yeah, I'm excited, man. Good for you. Love to see more folks joining the Dynasty community. Charbonnet for Woody Marks and a pick. Depends on the pick, man. I mean, I'd way rather have Charbonnet over Woody Marks, so I'd need to be solidly sweetened on the pot here. I'd need it, and then I don't know if I'm convinced to do it. Just because if Ken Walker walks away next year in free agency, you're looking at Zach Charbonnet as RB1 in a Seattle Seahawks team that's looking like a straight contender right now. So I don't think I like this deal regardless. I'm just not a big Woody Marks guy either. I think he's got some receiving upside, but he's already 24 years old, and this is a dynasty asset, not exactly my favorite. Santiago, what's up, man? You're brand new here. Hopefully you are following along, and I can help you out here. He says, should I start Vidal this week? I would. Yeah, I would. Like, I mean, in a vacuum, who's your other options, right? Like, yeah, go for it, man. I'm starting Vidal in several leagues this week, deeper formats for sure. I've got, oh, you got Justin Jefferson? Thank God. Thank God. You were starting to scare the shyster out of me. Guys, if you're one of the 130 plus over here on the TikTok chat side of things, please drop a follow so that I can pin your comments here and make my chat so much more readable. If you are over on the YouTube or the Twitch, it is going to be a lot easier for me to get to your chats over there. So if you are available on those apps, please come through there. Chris says, do I start Chargers tight end or Dobbs? Yeah, you're going to start Gadsden. I'd rather start him than Dobbs, personally. Cooper, thank you for the gifts, man. If you gift here, I'll pin your comment immediately. If you're looking for a quick roster breakdown, just drop a galaxy like Matthew did earlier, and I will tell you every single move I would make on your roster, the trades, how to prep yourself for the championship, all the good stuff, man. All the good stuff. I got Cooper saying Keon or Tez Johnson this week. I'm going Tez Johnson, honestly. And for running back, we'll go Brashad Smith, Isaiah Pacheco, or Woody. Probably going Brashad Smith. Honestly, don't love those options, though, for you, man. I know it's by Mageddon over there. Stretchy Silva, thank you so much for the following over on the Twitch, man. Appreciate you coming through. If you got any questions, you just drop them in the chat, and I will help you as best I can, my friend. I've got Aiden out here. Aiden is saying, hey, is Godwin and Wilson for Waddle a good trade? I need a flex. No. You're going to give up Garrett Wilson? Like, if this is Roman Wilson, then yes, but you're going to give up Garrett Wilson just because he's hurt for a week or two for Jalen Waddle? Fuck no. Don't do that deal, dude. Do not do that deal. Please, I'm trying to help you. Vatsan, what's up, Vatsan? He says, would you trade away Brees for Adunze? Yes, I would. Give me the Adunze side every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I've got my back hurts coming through on the tube that's made for you, saying Dowdle and Devonta Smith for Rashee Rice. This is a smash for Rashee Rice. Yes, you're taking the Rashee Rice side and you're running all the way to the bank, my friend. This is a massive W. I think you're capitalizing on the Rico Dowdle explosion here in the right way. Sorry, guys. Dimitri is over here saying Derrick Henry and Ibuka for CMC. That's a W. Yes. Give me CMC. I've got this one over here asking me Stephon Diggs or Tez Johnson. It's going to be Stephon Diggs. I think Tez Johnson has fine spot start potential, but Diggs is still playing very productively for you guys. You know, I know he had this one down week here, but puts up 13 points again this last week, 7 for 7 on targets and receptions. He's ascending in this offense, and I really like the upside you're getting at Stephon Diggs. Colton over on the tube that's made for you says Darius Slayton, Tony Pollard, both on bench for Stephon Diggs. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, guys, we're already to where we are. Stephon Diggs at a wide receiver 26 overall. You don't think he finishes as a top 20 wide receiver? I sure as hell do. Quentin Johnston or Terry this week. Probably going to lean and give you Terry McLaurin. I think Debo is trending towards not playing again. Obviously, we'll double check on that and see where it ends up by the end of the week. But that's what I'm thinking there. Christian saying, bro, I give up CMC and I get Kyron Williams and Sutton. Or I give up CMC and I get Nico and Judkins. Now, look, the Nico and Judkins one is entertainable. That one's one that I wouldn't, despise making if you're extremely wide receiver needy. Neither of these deals really get me too excited, though. I think I just want more. I just think CMC is damn near impossible to move off at this point. But, again, up to you. Up to you. I've got Street MD dropping the follow. Then I can pin his comment. Thank you, Street, for understanding the assignment. If you guys are not already following, please drop a follow so I can pin your comment, make my chat more readable. Makes my life a hell of a lot better. Stretchy Silva over here on the Twitch. Thank you for coming through. I'll get to your question in just one moment. Appreciate your follow. Street MD saying Jennings or Vidal. I'm going to go with Vidal. Stretchy Silva, though, is saying 1 quarterback, 10 teams, start 8. Very shallow format. My team is 4-3, but 9th in points for. I just got offered London, Nico, and a likely late 26 first for Jamar and Keenan. Should I take it? Yeah, I would take that personally. You know, it's not often I'm telling you to move off Jamar Chase, but in this kind of format, I would. I'll take London and Nico plus a first-round pick. I think you're just getting good value here. Keenan Allen's kind of a throw-in in this department. I mean, you're basically renting him anyway this year. I would take the package side. So if they're offering it to you and you're getting Jamar, no. But if you're sending Jamar away, yes. This is the deal I would do. Rage Rod says Devonta Smith or Breece Hall PPR flex. I'll go Breece Hall here. I just think it's more consistent to get the starting running back. And now that they got a quarterback change happening in New York, I would assume it's going to be a tiny bit different of the offense, but we'll see. We'll see, Rage Rod. Thank you for coming through, though. First-time chatter. Hopefully I earned your follow over here. Would love to see you again. I got Chris over on the TikTok saying, is a 26 first overall and a 27 first round pick for Judkins and Olave. Sorry, you're saying this is the 26 101? I'm still doing it, but if that's the 101, I'm thinking twice about it. If you're sure that's the 101, then maybe I would hesitate. But honestly, I think it's too early to say what the top pick is going to be. So, yeah, I would do this deal. Yes, you get yours back. Oh, I kind of like the player side of this deal, though. Look, Chris, if you're rebuilding here, yeah, if you're in a complete rebuild, I'll do this deal. I think you should still be able to get more. I think ask for another second on top, just as a sweetener. Tell them if the second's going to break the deal, then it shouldn't be getting done anyway. That's what I always like to do. Rage is saying, I assume Breece Hall, just for your input on Breece Hall or J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, Denver's got a good matchup this week, though. Let me double check here. If I remember right, Denver's got a decent matchup. Yeah, it's Dallas. No, I'm probably going to be telling you to play J.K. Dobbins, honestly. I just think Dallas is the 32nd ranked overall defense. I think you got to roll with that, dude. They've just been allowing points to everybody and their mother here. And the Broncos are coming off a hot week after a big, rally comeback against the Giants. Like, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to go Dobbins. Yeah, I'm going to take the matchup here. Guys, if you're not already following on TikTok and you're one of the 100 plus, please help me read my chat easier. Give me a follow so I can pin this comment. Please, Lord, make my life a bit easier. Rage Rod, saying I'm right. I agree. Sorry. This is what I'm going to tell you. I hope it works out for you. Obviously, I have no crystal ball, but I'm just doing the numbers here. 32nd ranked defense overall. People have been averaging in a crazy amount of points. Look at what Rico Dowdle did against him. I mean, come on. We gotta just ride the hot hand here. Zach is saying trade Olave for Kittle and DK. That's gonna be a yes. I'll take the package pretty comfortably there, man. I'll take the package. Abinjali says, which tight end should I start? Kincaid, Otten, Taylor, Gadsden. I'll go with Kincaid and Otten here. Bro, do you think Bowers and BTJ for Rice? Probably a bit of an overpay for Rashee Rice here. I think this is reactionary. If you're going to do Bowers and Brian Thomas Jr., I need something else on top of Rashee Rice. Even if it's just a kickback running back like a Jalen Warren or Ken Walker, someone who's playing on the low right now, that's what I would be doing personally, man. Personally. Abdul, thank you for the follow, man. Guys, if you're not already following, I can't pin your comments if you don't. So please do me a favor and drop a follow so I can make yours and my life a bit easier here. I've got the Fletch. Or Belcher something. I have Bijan, McCaffrey, JT, Derrick Henry. What should I do? Split one of these assets, man. You don't need all of them. I mean, at this point, you got Bijan, McCaffrey, and JT. I'm selling Derrick Henry. Like, let's go get a solid wide receiver, somebody that's going to be able to play for me every single week. Like, can you flip Derrick Henry and go get Devontae Adams? W's. Massive W's. You ride with the 3 running backs you got. You're totally fine there. I'm happy with it. Blake, what's up, Blake? I'll pin you up here, man. Thank you. Tyler, I see your follow too. I'll get to you in just a moment. Says, I have Judkins, Swift, Genty, can trade Breece Hall for Travis Hunter. No. I'll take the Breece Hall side. I don't want Travis Hunter. If you're trading Breece Hall away, I need somebody better. Tyler, I traded Keenan Allen for K9, Dobbins, and Shakir. I still have Rice. Traded Keenan Allen and K9 for Dobbins and Shakir. That's fine. With the current performance that Ken Walker's giving you, I can't blame you too much here. Jason, thank you for following. You understood the assignment. Now I can pin your comment nice and easy. He says, start Jalen Warren or Breece Hall. Probably going to start Breece Hall. quick question. K9, Wandale for Tet. Yes, I'll take Tetairoa McMillan here. Z, I saw you drop a follow, man. Appreciate you. Consider your comment pinned right now. If you guys are not already following, that is the way to get your comment pinned. I can't do it unless you're looking for a roster breakdown. Just send a little Galaxy and I'll get you here. If you're looking for... If you want to be a member of the free Discord, sorry we had a little bit of a drop there. If you're looking to become a member of the free Discords, that you are available for the members only chat tomorrow where you can post your rosters, get on a voice channel with me, and talk ball directly. It is entirely free. Just send me a direct message right now that says Discord or hop over to the website that's pinned on my profile and click the join free Discord button. Michael Pittman or Courtland Sutton? I'm going to go with Courtland Sutton this week. Great matchup for him. Kay, thank you for dropping the follow. Appreciate it. I see you, Sutton or Quinton. It's going to be Sutton again. We're ripping the Sutton questions right out the gate here. I've got Willie in here saying Danny Dimes or Bo Nix. We're going to go Bo Nix in a strong matchup this week against the 32nd ranked overall Dallas defense. That is going to be a smash for me. I got Colton over here on the tube that's made for you saying I got Puka, JT, McMillan, Quinshon, and Josh Allen, but no running back depth. Should I split assets for depth or ride it out? Completely frankly, man, I mean, if you got Judkins and JT, you're probably fine here, but I would probably be splitting Josh Allen, ironically. Like, if I could split Josh Allen and go get Justin Herbert plus another running back like a Jalen Warren, I would probably just do it at this point. Like, I think the standard deviation in points you're going to miss out at the quarterback position versus what you're able to get, you know, as a starting asset somewhere else, especially as we got bye weeks on the horizon here. I think I'm fine with it. Guys, I'm going to answer like 2 or 3 more questions here from the chat, and then I've got to hop off. It is almost midnight, and you boys got to get back on again tomorrow and help you guys even more. So 2 more questions here, and then we're going to go. We are doing a members-only live stream in the Discord tomorrow. So if you're not already a member, the message right now that says Discord, you can submit your rosters in there, and I will help you break them down in a live voice chat. It is going to be your best place to get access to me, as well as ask questions throughout the week when I'm not on stream. You also can catch me on the radio where I post my link for the iHeartRadio and San Diego Local 760 Sports Radio. So if you haven't seen me on the radio and you think TV is wildly overrated like I do, make sure you tune in on the radio. Outside of that, we'll rip 2 more of these questions, and then I'm hopping off to call my lovely girlfriend. Here we go. I am going to go answer Perk Rogers here. And he's saying Dobbins or Quentin Johnson this week. I'm going J.K. Dobbins because of what I'm showing you right here. The Dallas 32nd ranked defense overall. That is going to be who we want to play against this week. I got Mr. Crafty Games saying I have Brian Thomas Jr., Garrett Wilson, Calvin Ridley, and DJ Moore. Who should I drop if I have to drop somebody? If you have to drop somebody, it's going to be DJ Moore. But again, I don't like to drop players, guys. What I do is I package them together with some of my other players, send them for a 2-for-1 trade to try to tier up at one position, avoid the drop. I still clear a roster spot. That is the best way to do it. Last question here. Nas is saying my thoughts on Kamara. I will get to it really quickly, and then we go on. My thoughts on Alvin Kamara, man. I'm going to show you because I got to use Chris Olave here. It's easier for me to click and find. But Alvin Kamara is a great buy for contending rosters, someone who thinks they're going to make the long haul. Look at this playoff schedule. Week 15, Carolina. That's the first round of the playoffs. Second round, New York Jets. Third round, championship, Tennessee Titans. Insane matchup for running backs towards the end of the season. Fantastic. All right, guys, that's all you got from me right now. I'm going to hop on off. I will see you again tomorrow. If you're not already a follower here across platforms, whether you're seeing me on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, please go ahead and drop a follow and make sure you're coming back. I will be again live 2 times tomorrow. Today, we went for 2 hours this morning and another 2 hours and 48 minutes tonight. Doing the best I can to bring you guys as much answers as possible out here. If you appreciate what I'm doing, a quick follow means nothing. Hop in the Discord. It is entirely free. Send me a direct message, say Discord, and I will help you get on in there with an invite link. If you appreciate me beyond that, hopping over to the website that's pinned on my profile and donating through the Buy Me a Coffee link would be fantastic. 5 hours of streaming does a number on my vocal cords and my exhaustion levels, so a quick coffee would be appreciative. But regardless of that, I'm just thankful for you guys giving me a platform and helping me grow out here. Do what you do. Love what you love. Treat people with respect. And everybody be safe out there. Thank you so much. Chase saying, will you be answering info for people on the Discords in the morning? Yeah, of course, man. I'm always in the Discord almost all day, every day, so you'll catch me there. Have a great night, guys. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Cheers.